Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11. There was a two-car accident between Bolton and Long Rapids Road this evening. Plus, Relay for Life had their closing ceremony. And the rodeo is in town. We'll have those stories plus your local weather and sports. The news that affects you starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between. This is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. We are your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Neil Liwanag. Topping our news tonight, a two-car accident occurred on Bolton Road and Long Rapids Road at around 6 p.m. A white Pontiac and a black Chevy truck were going opposite directions until the Pontiac immediately made a left and collided with the truck. The Chevy then flipped over to its side, causing the accident to happen right in front of Mail's grocery store. Officials then arrived at the scene to evaluate the accident, and both vehicles were then towed away. Fortunately, no passengers were with the drivers and there were no major injuries.
We were dispatched to a two-car rollover accident at the corner of Long Rapids Road and Bolton Road. Upon arrival, we found the vehicles in the condition you find them. Fortunately, no one was injured today, and everybody's going to go home. Just encourage everybody to take it slow, wear their seatbelts.
The driver of the Chevy suffered a minor bump on his forehead, and the situation is still under investigation. This morning, the 20th annual Relay for Life finished out the 24-hour event with the Spirit of Relay closing ceremony. From 10 a.m. yesterday to 10 a.m. today, Alpena, Ossining, and Hillman communities all came together in support of the day-long fundraising event. Yesterday featured several campaigns to help raise cancer awareness, which included a brunch with at least 180 cancer survivors and caregivers in attendance. And at 3 a.m. this morning, Relay for Life overexceeded their goal and raised about $102,000.
The American Cancer Society is for their research and development that they are doing to fight cancer. So everyone you see on this track believes in that. And is here putting their time in and raising money. What we'd really like to do is thank our sponsors. We are so thankful for Alpena community.
Relay for Life was a success, and it brought excitement for those who were involved in making a difference. The rodeo's in town. The Mitch Minton Memorial Super Kicker Rodeo finished off the Alpena County Fair's last day with a bang. Hundreds of people packed the county fair to check out the rodeo. Even County Fair queen and princesses made a special appearance to join in on the fun. Cowgirls and cowboys entertained the crowd with their bronco riding and calf roping skills. It was an incredible family event with an admission of $10 for adults and $6 for kids. From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., the cowboys and cowgirls got a chance to showcase several rodeo feats that were passed on from several generations before them.
Rodeo is a wonderful event because not only is it family orientated, you know, what little boy and little girl doesn't want to watch a cowboy ride a bull, or why wouldn't they want to watch, you know, a cowgirl and boy chase after a cow? These are 3, 4, 5 generation cowboy and cowgirls that have been doing all their life. This is what they love to do.
The Alpena County Fair closed out the festivities in style with a livestock exhibit release. Over the weekend, Children and Family Services hosted the second annual Walk Me Home event at the Duck Park. Walk Me Home is a 5K walk or run that started at Duck Park, then down to 23 State Street, right on 11 to Washington Park, then back. This year, the Child and Family Services teamed up with Grace Lutheran Church to make Walk Me Home a success with at least 30 people registered. Participants got a chance to get out and enjoy the sunshine, with all the proceeds going to several programs that support over 13,000 children in foster care throughout the state.
This is just a great way to get out and build awareness for the foster children in our community. Proceeds will go to our programming, which includes recruitment and retention licensing of foster families. I'm just so proud of our community that come out and support our kids. It's great.
If you're interested in helping out our foster children, please call Child and Family Services at 989-356-4567. Well, we hope you got a chance to sit back and relax in celebration of yesterday's holiday. Yes, yesterday was National Relaxation Day, and locals gathered at Bayview Park to celebrate the glorious day. Mayor Walagora proclaimed the day as Alpina Relaxation Day, so the folks at Better Living Massage Center and Spa got together to make National Relaxation an easy, relaxing holiday. The spa offered different things to locals such as massages, acupuncture, and hypnosis, all for free. The event lasted from 12 to 2, and Better Living Massage Center and Spa hoped that they showed Alpena residents the benefits of relaxation.
Alpena's Day of Relaxation, it's actually a national day of relaxation, so we kind of took a hold of that and decided we were going to offer something to Alpena. So we got a hold of some local businesses and put together this event for the community.
National Relaxation Day came from what it is known as National Slacker Day in England. Coming up on WBKB News at 11, State Representative Cindy Gamrat finally talks about her situation. Plus, why is the Pope getting his own beer? All that and more next. Welcome back. In state news, a day after State Representative Cindy Gamrat breaks her silence, the Allegan County Republican Party is asking her to step down. Devin Matthew has more.
Although I am not proud of my personal conduct, in regards to my position as state representative of the 80th District, I believe that an open and honest investigation will vindicate me.
If State Representative Cindy Gamrat is vindicated, mother of two Dawn Dahlstra says she should keep her job.
We all make mistakes, you know, God's your judge. Everybody deserves a second chance.
Allegan resident Patty Qualls agrees.
I feel if it's not affecting her job, then leave it alone. You know, what she's done personally is her own business.
Gamrat apologized for the affair with fellow lawmaker Todd Corser on Friday during a news conference at her lawyer's office in East Lansing.
I am sincerely sorry that I have disappointed so many by my actions.
But she stopped short of stepping down. That's okay with Jenny Lee Colhanack of Plainwell, who thinks there's a double standard for women who serve in politics.
I know men do stuff all the time, and they don't get treated as bad as she is getting treated.
Not everyone thinks Gamrat should remain in office, especially those who see her actions as a betrayal.
She's going against everything that she said she stood for, you know, the sanctity of marriage. I mean, where does that stand? You know, whether you apologize or not, you still did it.
The Allegan County GOP is fine-tuning the wording of a resolution calling for Gamrat to resign. Executive Committee Chairman Steve McNeil says it's not a matter of forgiveness, but a matter of effectiveness.
I just don't see how she can get anything done in Lansing at all. Allegan County deserves good representation that's effective and honestly of good moral character as well.
The committee will vote on the resolution on Thursday.
In your Money Watch, the price of crude oil is sinking quickly. It hit its lowest level in 6.5 years Friday. That means you'll likely continue to see lower prices at the pumps. A North Carolina drug maker hopes this will be a very good week. The Federal Drug Administration is expected to decide by Tuesday if it will approve the first drug to boost women's sexual desire. Sprout Pharmaceuticals is seeking the FDA approval. The agency has previously rejected the drug twice because of side effects and lackluster performance. And a New Jersey brewery is giving its blessing to a beer dedicated to Pope Francis. Cape May Brewing Company is releasing a limited edition draft beer called Yopo, which stands for You Only Pope Once. The beer is in honor of the Pope's visit to Philadelphia next month. It will be available at the brewery in Cape May and at bars in Philadelphia and New Jersey beginning September 21st. If you're heading to the pump, GasBuddy.com and AAA of Michigan helped us find the lowest and highest gas prices locally and across the state. The lowest price for gas in Alpena is coming in at $2.93 at Meyer. The highest is $2.95 at Marathon. Across the state, the lowest price at the pump is $2.47 in Cohocton, and the highest price is coming in at $3.79 in Romulus. There's still much more to come on WBKB News at 11. Kyle Logan will be in with sports, and I'll be right back with your full weather forecast. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. It is time now to look at the weather. All right, today's high was at 91 degrees and today's low was at 69. Normally it's 77 and low it would be 54. Record was at 93 degrees back in 1955. And in 1963 we had a low of 35 degrees. Sunrise was at 6:38 a.m. and sunset was at 8:38 p.m. Take a look at our current conditions right now. It's 77 degrees. It's a cool night with a humidity of 68%, southwest winds at 6 miles per hour. And take a look at the map of Michigan and everything else around it. Beautiful at the moment. Clouds are coming in pretty soon. You'll see that coming up soon. Mostly clear tonight with 69 degrees, southwest winds at 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, you're looking at chance of showers, thunderstorms at 81 degrees though, so super hot, but a little bit of rain with southwest winds of 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow night, another chance of showers and thunderstorms. 64 would be your high with the winds of 5 miles per hour. And let's take a look at your extended outlook. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, get ready to get those umbrellas out. Tuesday, we have a high of 77, low of 59. Wednesday, more thunderstorms at 81 degrees, and your low at 62. Thursday, more showers, no thunderstorms though, 74 degrees, and 60 is your low. Friday and Saturday look very beautiful. 79 degrees for Friday, and a low of 55. And Saturday, it's 76 as your high and a low of 59 degrees. Now it's time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent in by Sarah Gentner of Hubbard Lake. This is a photo Sarah took of the sun setting on Hubbard Lake. Beautiful shot of the sunset with the mixture of the night clouds creating a royal blue sky. Thank you, Sarah, for sending us this photo. If you have a photo you would like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com. And in your Health Watch, a new study finds many adults in the United States have hearing issues and don't seek treatment. Experts say hearing aids can significantly help with anxiety, depression, and even improve cognitive function. Many younger women may be dealing with pelvic pain that is not being treated. While most women had diagnosed conditions, a National Institutes of Health study found nearly 30% had not been diagnosed with any pelvic conditions. Researchers say doctors should ask women if they are having pain, and women should tell their doctors if they are. Trans fats are linked to higher risk of death and heart disease. That's according to a new study in the British Medical Journal. Trans fats are found in margarine, snack foods, and packaged baked goods. The same link was not found for saturated fats, which come from animal products such as butter, milk, meat, and salmon. In national news, nearly 60 large wildfires are burning in the West. Hundreds of people have been forced to evacuate. Carter Evans reports from Los Angeles.
Central Washington has been ravaged by wildfires all summer, and now a sudden wind shift has made things worse as flames that had burned for several days suddenly pushed into the town of Chelan. Matthew Anderson's shed burned, but his home survived.
This whole ridge was on fire. That whole hillside there. This whole hillside was on fire last night. It was nuts.
This is how the fire looked from Lake Chelan, a popular recreational spot. So far, at least 100 structures have burned. Hundreds more are threatened. In Oregon, crews are battling several out-of-control wildfires. One of them burned more than 86 square miles near the Warm Springs Indian Reservation. Sally Polk Adams is one of hundreds of evacuees.
By the time we got in the car, the fire was in our backyard, and we barely made it out.
So far this year, wildfires have burned more than 6.5 million acres. That's more than 2.5 times what burned during the same period last year. And there's little relief with the relentless drought and exceptional heat, especially in Southern California, where a fire continues to rage outside Los Angeles. It's already destroyed several cabins and injured 10 firefighters, some of them from heat exhaustion and dehydration. This as temperatures continue to sizzle out west. It was 115 degrees in Phoenix on Saturday, 117 in Yuma, and 118 in Palm Springs, all daily records. But a break in the heat could come as early as tomorrow.
Sports is coming up next, and Kyle Logan is here with a preview. Kyle?
Thanks, Neil. Tonight we'll check in with the Sprint Cup boys over at Michigan International Speedway, tell you who won golf's final major of the year, and give you the results of Day 2 at the Alpena Club Championship. And the Tigers were looking to take the series in Houston. Would they get it done? Come back and find out. Sports is next.
Martinez coming to third. They're going to send him home. JD will...
A gorgeous Sunday meant another great morning out on the golf course. The second and final round of the club championship got underway Sunday morning over at the Alpena Golf Club. The day was chock full of great shots and memorable moments, but unfortunately not everyone could walk away a winner. On the men's side, the top prize on the day went to Tom Lehner, while the top prize for the women went to Jan Kaiser. This was the second straight championship for Kaiser, and afterwards she spoke about this event and what it means to the club.
It's the camaraderie. Every year it's great to get together with people that sometimes you don't get to see day in and day out on the course, and they come together for this tournament, so we always have a good time.
Regardless of the outcome, it was a day of fun for all the participants, but let's take a look at how the final leaderboard shook out. Here we have the women's leaderboard. As you see, it's broken off into two parts. Jan Kaiser, your champion, and Sue Geyer in second. The only two officially scored in gross score. Everyone else you see there is net score. So Debbie Adams won that category with 128, followed by Ann Paul and Denise Zaberna. And over on the men's side, your champion, Tom Lehner, with a very low 137. Dan Budman in second, followed by Tony Crabtree, Steve Westrope, and Ken Pokerzinski rounding out the top five. The Tigers' extra innings win over the Astros Saturday night was good for at least two reasons. One, it put Detroit back on the winning track, and two, it left them 4 games back of the Angels for one of the 2 wildcard spots. Sunday, their goal was to take the rubber match of the series. Mike Fiers on the mound for the Astros, and luckily for you Tiger fans, it was anything but easy going early on. After Jose Iglesias reached on an error, Miggy stands in his 3rd game back from injury. He might be a little rusty, you say? I think not. Cabrera sends this one deep to left center, plating the first run of the ball game. The Tigers would tack on one more and leave the first inning up 2-0. Matt Boyd is on the mound for the Tigers, and it was a rough one for him too. Bottom second, Colby Rasmus blasts this one to right to put the Stros on the board. Later in the inning, Marwin Gonzalez triples to the gap in left center, scoring 2 to give his team a 3-2 lead, part of a 4-run inning for Houston. Top 7, however, Tigers down 5-2, but Miguel Cabrera says, "Not while I'm around," and shoots this one to right field over the wall, cutting the lead to 1. The Tigers would tie it in the 8th, but the Astros would get the last laugh. Bottom 9, 2 outs and a runner on third. Detroit chooses to pitch to one of the best base hitters in the league, and it proves costly. Jose Altuve sends one to left center. It would drop, and the Tigers drop the game and the series. Houston wins 6-5. Afterwards, the Tigers skipper spoke about the decision to pitch to Altuve instead of putting him on base.
Thought about it, it was a consideration. The problem with putting him on is they have a guy who's killed us in Preston Tucker sitting on the bench that they could pinch hit, and so you got to pick your poison there. So we were trying to pitch him carefully. I think they were going slider down away, and he just missed with it middle. We weren't trying to give him anything to hit, but sometimes the location is missed and the guy gets a hit. So if we had gotten to 2-0 or something, we probably would have put him on. One in their direction.
The Tigers will now get a day off to regroup as they travel to Chicago to face the Cubs. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Alpena is Michigan International Speedway. Sunday, that would be the site of a little racing action as the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series took control. The Pure Michigan 400 over in Brooklyn, Michigan. The 43-year-old veteran Matt Kenseth on the pole, and Joe Gibbs Racing gave him one heck of a car as he was simply dominant. His yellow number 20 was out front seemingly all day, and despite the hot and muggy conditions, Kenseth led 146 of 200 laps on the day. Handling was among many problems for a plethora of drivers on the day, but for Matt, those so-called problems were almost non-existent. Kenseth took the checkered flag for the 2nd time in the last 3 weeks and notched the 34th win of his career, placing him 20th all time. Now let's take a look at the current standings. Kevin Harvick remains on top after his 2nd place finish. Logano and Jr. stay 2nd and 3rd. Martin Truex Jr., however, jumps from 6th to 4th. After his 3rd place finish, Keselowski moves back to 5th, and Jimmy Johnson was bounced to 6th. Final day of the PGA Championship, and it really all boiled down to one man. The Australian Jason Day shot 5 under to clinch his first ever major championship. This emotional shot here on 18, a lifelong goal of the 27-year-old, and it was certainly a fitting end to a great major season. Now let's see just what the final leaderboard looks like. Mr. Day on top. The youngster Jordan Spieth comes up just short in 2nd, but he does surpass Rory McIlroy as the top player in all of golf, making him the youngest in history. Brandon Grace comes home 3rd, Justin Rose in 4th, and Brooks Koepka tied for 5th. And Neil, despite the loss, the Tigers did have a little bit of good news with Miguel Cabrera. With that home run late in the game, he passed He surpassed Andre Galarraga for the most RBIs for any Venezuelan-born player, and that's a long list of really great players. So Miguel Cabrera really doing big things with his career, and the Tigers should really be glad they have him.
Well, Miguel Cabrera, definitely he was hurt for a little bit, and now he's back, and maybe they'll make it and catch the Angels I think the next couple weeks here.
I think that's the hope, that they can really have a spark playoff run because of him back in the lineup. So it should really be a good news for them.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.
Coming up on WBKB News at 11, it's a sea of Jedis and lightsabers. We'll tell you why the Force was strong over the weekend. Welcome back, everyone. Well, Kyle, may the Force be with you. And the Force was definitely strong in New York as more than 100 Star Wars fans gathered in New York's Washington Square Park last night for the annual lightsaber battle. Sporting Jedi robes and Princess Leia curls inspired by the film, they dueled in the darkness. Fans are gearing up for the December release of The Force Awakens, the opening film in the new Star Wars trilogy. The first Star Wars movie was released in 1977 and became a pop culture staple. Over the weekend, Disney announced plans for the 2 theme park areas called Star Wars Land, which will bring the celebrated film franchise to life. Look at that, Kyle. Would you be part of that this Jedi lightsaber battle here?
I think it's definitely something to go and witness. I probably wouldn't be, a part of it myself. I don't think I'm that big into Star Wars, but I can promise you that many of those people that were at this event are going to be camping out in December for this movie. It's a big movie, and I know it's going to just rake in money, and I know that a lot of people are very excited about this kind of relaunch of this series.
Well, the series has a lot to, have a lot to look forward to, because Star Wars, again, it's a big deal for a lot of people, and back in the 70s, it just blew people's minds. And hey, I'll tell you right now, Star Wars, I grew up watching it as well, but as far as going to New York and doing all of that, I might be able to do that maybe next year, not this year, obviously.
Well, you have time to get ready for that. But and remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKB-TV.
Well, that'll do it for tonight's show. Wake up with Erica Fernandez tomorrow morning at 6:30. Good night, everybody.